Welcome to your Power Vinyasa flow class today. We're going to play around with some different arm balances. So I want us to start in seated pose so we can stretch out our wrists a little bit. So just come into a comfortable seated pose. And my name is Shannon Sims. This is going to be a fairly short but intense power class. And we're going to play around with a side crow, Koundinyasana, both 1 and 2, and maybe if we have time, work into a little fallen angel. So just start off in a child's pose, maybe taking the head down for a moment, and set an intent for your practice. And maybe finding your breath. Now, as adults, sometimes we struggle a little with the idea of playing. We want to accomplish everything, and we don't always or are not okay with not completing something. And the thing I try to remind my students is that some of these poses take 1, 2, 3, 10 years to be able to develop both strength, flexibility, body awareness, balance. And so there's a lot of components. And so even if we can kind of play and find where we can start to develop an awareness of coming into a pose, that's really important. So the completion of the pose is not as important as how we play inside of something. And just staying here for a few more breaths, allowing yourself to get in touch with how your body feels today. On your next inhale breath, just slowly start to extend yourself up. And press into your hands. Press your thumbs, so your thumbs, and I'm going to turn towards you so you can see. Your thumbs are only a little apart. And start to move into your wrists. And I'm going to move my shoulders so the shoulders are both coming forward and back around the wrists. And going the other direction. And doing the same thing, and just working into the wrist. Try to keep the knuckles down as you do this. Turning the fingers out towards the sides, and then moving side to side. And then I'm going to turn my palms so they're facing towards my knees. And same thing. See if I can start to move around. Try to keep the wrists down, try to keep the thumbs down. And going both directions, and just kind of being aware of how the wrists feel. When we do arm balances, we're on the wrists a lot. And again, there's an awareness of what is uncomfortable and what is dangerous, what is painful. So we want to not go into something that is painful, but uncomfortable is sometimes strengthening in the wrists. So if you can face your wrists so they're facing towards the front of your mat, and then turn your palms up towards your body. And then just move side to side. We're going to do little push-ups. So bringing the elbows out and then straightening the arms. And just doing a few of these. Last 2. Last 1. Nice, turning the fingers forward, doing the same things, bending the elbows, maybe straightening the arms. Last 2. Last 1. And then bring the fingers so they're facing in. And then see if you can curl the fingers in. So the knuckles are going to face towards each other. And press your thumb over your 2 first fingers. And then see, can you keep the thumbs closing down? Mine keep popping up. Straighten the arms as much as you can. You're going to feel this ride up through the forearms. And then just bending the elbows and straightening. And trying to, again, keep the thumbs down as much as you can. Now I'm going to open the fingers, clasp the thumb. So hold on to the thumb And then doing the same thing. And again, stopping when you know you need to. Nice. Open the hands, lean back, just shaking out the wrists a little bit. And be light when you shake the wrists. And then moving circular movements. Other direction. All right. We're going to press the hands down. I want you to lean back, straighten out the arms, middle finger faces forward, and just glide up into your downward facing. And then just staying here for a few moments, pedaling out, seeing how the legs feel as well. When you're ready, rising up on the toes, maybe walking forward, maybe heel toe forward. Driving the toes so the toes come between the arms. Exhale, take the head down. On your inhale, lengthen, gaze forward, and then exhale, bow. On your next inhalation, reach and extend the arms up, finding hands at the top. Exhale, hands come to the heart, thumbs press to the chest. Squeeze the thighs, inhale, reach up. Drop your shoulders, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, gaze forward halfway. Let's step out to that plank. So step out, straighten the arms, lean a little forward. Bend your elbows, slowly come all the way to the ground. Press the shoulders slightly forward, pull the heels back. Release the legs one at a time. On your inhale, peel your chest up, find cobra, and see what's going on with the lower back. Exhale, lower. Curl your toes, lift your knees, push up, high plank, and then tailbone lifts back, downward facing. Maybe draw the heels down without adjusting the toes. So you're getting a wider stance. You're going to feel those heels maybe connect, they might not. It's okay if they don't. Feet are about hip distance apart, and kind of pull your tailbone. So it's almost like you're tucking your tailbone back. So I'm pushing my tailbone up towards the edge of the ceiling. Ripple forward, chin in towards chest, find plank pose. Lower down this time halfway, elbows pull back, chaturanga. On your inhale, upward facing. Exhale, chin towards chest, press back, downward facing. And just stay here for a few moments. Cultivating your breath, so using Ujjayi breath, have a nice soft sound, something you can hear. Maybe developing a little heat in the body. I'm going to bring the big toes to touch. Right leg comes up on the inhale. Open your hip to the right. Keep your shoulders square. Drop the right shoulder. So you shouldn't feel that right shoulder lift as much, but lift the right leg a little bit higher. When you're ready, bring your knee towards your nose, round your spine, and lightly step your foot between your thumbs. Left knee comes down. Let's inhale, reach and extend the arms up. Drop the shoulders back. Take that right hand around that left elbow. Pull back a little bit so both hands find each arm. When you're ready, release the arms back up. Take the hands down. Find that plank pose. So lift the shoulders up, bring that right heel in, and then step the right foot back. Shift the shoulders forward over the fingertips, lower down halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Chest lifts towards the sky. Exhale, chin comes in towards chest, downward facing. Same on the other side. Inhale that left leg. Open the hip to the left, but try to press the left shoulder down. So keep the shoulders aligned over the mat. Keep the shoulders squared and lift that left knee up if you can, a little bit higher. Round your back, bring your left knee towards your nose. Lift up as high as you can and then step left foot between your thumbs. Bring your right knee down this time. Uncurl your back right toes. Lift and extend the arms up. And this time your left hand's going to grab onto the right elbow first. Pull the arms back away from you. If you need a wider stance on your arms, you can take the hands around the wrists if that hurts the shoulders to grab the elbows. But if not, try to lift the chest. Find a little back bend here as you're pushing the right hip forward. Release both hands slowly down to the earth. Curl the back right toes, straighten out that leg. Lift your rib cage up off the left thigh and see if that left heel can touch the bottom. Step back, plank pose, gaze forward. Lean the shoulders over the fingertips and lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Chin towards chest, press back, downward facing. Stay here, just one breath. Big toes touch. Rise up on your toes. Walk or jump forward towards the front of your mat. Exhale, bow. Inhale. Reach and extend your arms back up without stopping, fold and guide forward. Inhale, gaze forward halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, walk your back plank or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Right leg comes up right away. Right knee towards right tricep. Inhale, take it back. We're going to hold this one for 2 seconds. So right knee towards right tricep, hold 2, 1. Inhale, bring it there for 3. So right knee towards right tricep, hold it there for 3. Bring that right heel up, 2 and 1. Inhale back, we'll do it for 4. So right knee towards right tricep, hold it up for 4, 3, 2 and 1. Last time, right knee towards right tricep, hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Inhale, right knee forward towards your nose, round your spine, hold, and then lightly step your foot between your hands. This time stay up a little higher, high lunge. So reach the arms up, finding your high lunge. Open your heart. Take your right hand, grab onto your left elbow, left hand grabs onto right, pull the arms back behind the ears. See if you can lift your chest up a little bit higher. Relax your shoulders, pushing your shoulders down, but gazing up if you can, squeeze your inner thighs. Holding here. And when you're ready, releasing the arms, take those arms down. Round your ribs off your right leg, kick your right heel towards your bottom. Step back, three-legged dog. Shift forward, keeping that leg up. Find your plank pose. Hold. Lower down through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Chin towards chest. Downward facing. Left leg comes up. Left knee over towards the left tricep. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, hold 2 seconds. 1 and 2. Inhale, you know we did the same on the other side. So left knee towards the left tricep. Hold 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Left knee towards the left tricep. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Try to keep that heel so the heel is level with the knee and just touch for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, bring it back. This time bring that knee forward towards your nose, round your spine as lightly as you can. Push up like your cat pose, then step between your thumbs. Find that high lunge and reach the arms up. Find stability, left hand grabs under right elbow, right hand grabs onto left. Again, if you need to narrow the stance, you can take those arms just to the forearms or even the wrists. Try to push your chest forward. Open your heart, find more of a back bend by pushing your right hip forward, keep bending generously into the left knee is tracking over the ankle, pull the heart up, shoulders are away from the ears. Stay your breath. When you're ready, arms come up and then lightly take them down. Round your back ribs off that left thigh, left heel towards bottom, step back three-legged. Shift forward, three-legged plank. Shift shoulders over fingertips, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, come back into chaturanga and then take your belly to the ground. So I'm going to release the legs back a little bit. I'm going to scooch back. So take your hands so your hands are middle finger aligns with your chest. Pull your shoulders back, pull your elbows back. We're going to come up through cobra. So inhale, lift your chest. Now fire up your legs and try to lift the hands. So really getting the back leg super strong. Hold here, 5. Make sure the big toes are down, 4, 3. Inner thighs spiraling up, 2, and 1. Nice, lower down. Curl your toes, press up chaturanga. Hold, 3, 2, 1. Press up plank, 3, 2, 1. Downward facing, nice job. Stay here, breath. Rise up on your toes, gaze between your thumbs, walk or jump. Exhale, bow. Inhale, reach and extend the arms all the way up, drop your shoulders, exhale, hands find the heart. So we're going to find our chair pose and Fingers graze down, Utkatasana. Reach the arms up, shift the weight back into the heels, slight little tuck of that tailbone. Take your hands to your heart, right elbow comes towards the left. So I want to twist here. I want to try to bring the thumbs towards the center of the chest. So if you can, puff up the ribs a little bit more, like you're trying to get your bottom ribs away from your thigh as much as you can. Squeeze your belly and pull your weight back into your heels. Now if you can, gaze up and draw your left shoulder right underneath or over your right. See if you can reach and extend that left arm up and face your right fingers up towards your left fingers. So both arms are kind of stretching in the same direction. Keep holding there for 3 and 2 and 1. Inhale, the arms reach back. Exhale, sink down a little bit lower, hands to the heart. Inhale the ribs, and then exhale, that left elbow comes over to the right knee. Inhale, bring the ribs up a little bit more, thumbs pressed towards the center of the heart, and then sink down a little more if you can. Draw your belly button in. Suck your stomach towards your spine. Gaze up if you can, and make sure your shins are aligned. Push your weight back into your heel. Right arm comes up this time. Left fingertips are just pointing towards the right. And draw the right shoulder right over the left shoulder. So I'm really turning that the ribs. Lifting the heart, lifting the gaze. Stay here another breath. And inhale, coming back. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, walk or jump, plank or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Right leg comes up. Right knee this time is going to take it over towards the left tricep. So 1. Inhale, come back to the center. You've got it. We're doing that for 5. So we're touching here. Over to the left. 1, 2. Inhale. When you bring the right foot over, try to keep the right foot up off the ground as much as you can. 1, 2, 3. Inhale, come back to the center. We've got 4. So exhale, hold here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come back to the center. Last one, we're going to hold it for 5. Keep that leg up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Inhale. Bring the knee towards the nose. Round the spine. Cat the back as much as you can. And touch the forehead towards the knee. Step your foot between your fingers. And this time bring that back leg in a little bit more. So keep your hands down. Frame your right foot. Straighten out both legs. Pyramid pose. Both toes are facing towards the front of the mat. Exhale, bow. Now keeping the left hand down, we're going to find a revolved triangle. So I want you to squeeze your inner thighs and start opening the right side of your body. Right arm comes up, and if you can, plant the left hand down. And just find this gentle, but work on the strength of the legs here. Draw your belly in, rotate so your right shoulder is right over your left. And see, can I gaze up towards that right thumb? Can I gaze at the right thumb with the left eye? Keep breathing, hold here. When you're ready, right hand comes down. Now, without changing anything, round your back as much as you can. See if you can lift your right leg and step it back, downward facing. We're going to walk it back a little bit, shifting forward, finding that plank. Lower down through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, pressing back, downward facing. So left leg comes up on the inhale. Knee comes over towards the right tricep, touch for 1. Inhale. And again, try to keep that left heel elevated off the ground. 1, 2. Inhale. Exhale forward, hold here. 1, 2, 3. Inhale. We've got it for 4. You can do this. Hold here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, last one. Exhale, forward, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Inhale, 3-legged. Bring that left knee towards your nose, round your spine, cat the body, and then as lightly as you can, step between the thumbs. Straighten out the legs and hop the back right leg in just a little bit. Find your pyramid pose. Bow into that left leg. Keep the right hand down, revolve triangle. So I'm not coming to the outside. I'm just going to find a really gentle twist on this one. So start to rotate, but as you rotate, think about rotating the whole section of your ribs. Squeeze your thighs towards one another. Draw your belly button in and see, can I take that left arm up? Now, as I take the left arm up, can I gaze at it with the right eye? So I'm squeezing the inner thighs, working the strength of the legs, also activating the calves, the forearms, and I'm trying to stack and keep working the strength of the inner thighs here. We forget that sometimes with our Ekapada, there's a lot of leg strength that's involved. So when you're ready, gaze back down, bring the left arm down. Round your back as much as you can and see, can I lift the left leg a little? Step it back. Walk the feet back a little bit. I know sometimes that'll make that thigh cramp. Shift your weight forward, find your plank pose. Lower down, halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. And back into your chaturanga. Hold here, and then lower the belly down. We're going to fire up those legs again. So we're going to come into our cobra, no hold. Squeeze and bring your fingers so your middle finger aligns with your chest. Think about your inner thighs spiraling up. Firm up the legs, don't let them come off the ground. On your inhale, little push with the hands. Pull the elbows back, fire up the legs, and then lift the hands. Work on the strength of the legs, the glutes, the core, the lower back. Stay here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Curl the toes, lift the knees, push up, high plank. Tailbone lifts, downward dog. Press the heels down so you're getting that super nice calf stretch. Stay here, breath. Let's inhale through the nose. Exhale, side out. I think we need one more of this. Let's inhale. And exhale. All right, rise up on your toes, gaze between your thumbs, walk or jump. Let's refine that chair, bend your knees. Inhale, reaching the arms up. So we're going to find our first arm balance. So I'm going to bring myself all the way down, and you can rise up onto the toes. I'm going to hop back a little bit so I stay in the frame. So we're going to bring the arms over towards the right side. I'm going to show you forward when I do this. So we're going to come into our side crow pose. I want you to bring both arms over. We're going to find a little bit of twist. So the left arm is going to come to the outside. Now you can stay up onto the toes and plant your hands down like your shoulders are there, but they're not there. So you want your arms about shoulder distance. Now I'm high up onto the toes. I'm going to start to bend the right elbow. And as I do that, I'm going to try to see, can I keep the right elbow facing back? So it's kind of like chaturanga arms. Lift the legs and squeeze the core. Stay here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the feet down. Nice. Take a moment. Maybe find a little bit of a malasana. Take the legs out. Allow the back to rebound. If you don't have a malasana, you want to take a child's pose, feel free to take a child's pose. Toes are going to come together. I'm going to rise up on the toes, squeeze the knees together, and this time I'm going to work my body around. So I'm finding that twist again. Right tricep is going to find the outside of that left knee, and the hands are spread out a little bit. Now I'm going to rise up on the toes, and I'm just going to kind of lean over towards this left side, and let the legs kind of pop up. Now try to support. Keep the chest lower. Draw the belly in and hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the toes down. So we're going to find that Ekapada. Same thing. If you are struggling, you need a block. You can use a block too. So there's a couple of different ways you can use a block. If you're not able to come up on the toes, you can use this block to kind of prop yourself up as you come over, and that just makes that leaning a little bit easier. You don't even have to come off the block, and just work on holding here. If you're comfortable, you can start to lean over. There is another way that I can use that block. And the nice thing is, when I start to feel like I'm gonna fall, you can press the block so the block is just a little bit forward, and you can use it as a little bit of leverage. And so I can kind of bring the shoulder down if I need to as a support. So you can use that block a couple of different ways. I'm not going to use the block, and we're going to show Ekapada. So this is Ekapada 1. Ekapada Koundinyasana, this is our one-footed sage pose. So I'm going to take those hands out. You might be propping your elbow underneath your ribs. You can, and that's an okay way to do it. It has a tendency to get the body down a little bit low. So eventually I would like to try to find the strength to hold myself out there. So I'm going to show it with the elbow out a little bit. So as I lean over, again, I'm rising up and I'm trying to keep these legs together, and I'm going to bend. And I'm going to lean forward. Now that bottom leg is going to fan out. Super strong legs. I'm going to kick that leg back and stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the knees back and then back down. I'm going to do the other side. And just again, play with it. If you want to stop the video and play here for a little bit, feel free to do this. I'm going to take this. I know this one is live, but I will have this if you want to keep kind of practicing and playing. Again, if you need those blocks, you can use those tools. I'm going to bring the right elbow to the outside. And again, I'm going to take those arms about shoulder distance. Rising up onto the toes, it just gets you a little bit higher and allows for your twist a little bit more. Now remember, there's always one side that's a little bit sometimes more challenging than the other. So be aware that bottom leg is going to come out, top leg, and I'm squeezing like crazy my inner thighs and hugging my abdomen in. So a lot of a twist here. 3, 2, and 1. Bring those knees back, and then bring the legs back down. All right, I think we need a malasana. So just take your hands to your heart. Oh, that was really good. And I know this can be really challenging. But the nice thing about arm balances are when you get it, your body has an intelligence and it starts to learn it a little easier, and it grows and grows and grows. All right, we're going to come back into your downward facing and just pressing yourself back. We're going to extend your right leg up and bring your right knee forward. And I want you to step to the outside of your right pinky. I'm going to bring that left knee down. So Ekapada 2 is going to be underneath. And I'm going to start, so we're going to start just straightening out this leg. And I want you to think about the right leg just resting on the top of the right arm. And you can just press the hands out, walk your foot forward a little bit, and keep your back left knee down. Now fire up your right leg as much as you can and point. Like if somebody said, oh, there's $1 million over there. If you can point to it, it's yours. So point with that kind of intent. Keep this elbow up. So lifting the elbow. Now, bring this back leg up. And this is all I want you to do. I want you to hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the knee down. Bring the right leg back. Nice. So that is a really good way to just kind of practice coming into it. I'm going to bring this right leg up. Right knee comes towards that right tricep. And I want you to just bend the elbows a little bit so you can give yourself a little push up. Pressing back, back up. 3-legged dog. Exhale, let's do that again. Maybe coming down a little bit more. Inhale, pressing back. This time I'm going to scooch the left hand in just the tiniest bit. So it's just a little stagger. I'm going to bring that right knee over towards, and I might bring that elbow underneath the ribs. Reach forward and see, can I lean in forward just a little bit? And as you do this, really fire up that back leg. Stay here for 3, and 2, and 1. Bring your foot down, and then bring the right leg back. Nice job. Stay here for a breath. Let's inhale through the nose. Exhale. Nice. Ripple forward, find your plank pose. Lower down through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Chin towards chest, downward facing. Right leg comes up, right knee towards nose, round your spine, step between your thumbs. High lunge, right leg stays forward, left heel pulls back. And keep pulling forward. Find a little warrior three. So reach the arms out and start to extend yourself forward. Arms are going to come out. I'm going to bend that right knee at first and then see if you can straighten. If it's comfortable, reach the arms behind your back and squeeze your shoulder blades a little bit. Now bend your knee, bring your left leg back down and open your heart. Squeeze your inner thighs like crazy. Lift your heart and keep pulling your chest up. And when you're ready, releasing the arms, let's open warrior two. Take them out. Both arms come up. Left hand grabs under the right wrist and just pull back, find this side stretch. Straighten out your right leg and find this halo triangle. So I'm going to keep the arms right around the ears and turn so the shoulders are stacked. Holding here for 3 and 2. And 1, inhale, coming back to the center. Bend your knee, warrior two. Right hand plants down, left hand follows. I'm going to bring this left knee down. Inhale the arms, finding low lunge. Left elbow comes to the outside of that right knee. Lift the ribs and find a little bit of a twist. Try to press your thumbs towards the center of your heart and keep pulling the right knee forward as you're pulling the left heel back. Now see, can you lift that back left knee and pull the heel away from the right knee? So the right knee is pulling forward, left heel is pulling back, left hip is pulling slightly forward, right hip is pulling slightly back, and they're pulling in towards each other. So you can twist a little more. When you're ready, release your arms coming forward, high lunge, reach and extend the arms out. Exhale, both hands come down, round your back so your ribs come off your thigh. Forehead or nose touches your knee. Bring your right heel in and then extend back, three-legged dog. Shift forward into three-legged plank. Lower down through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, press back, downward facing. Deep inhalation through the nose. Exhale, side out. Inhale, left leg comes up. Left knee towards left tricep. Inhale. This is where we're going to try to bend those elbows a little bit. So bend the elbows just a little. Inhale. Pressing back. I want you to bring that left foot to the outside of the pinky. And then step the foot down. Bring that right knee down. Uncurl the back toes. And finding this kind of a wide lunge pose. Now I'm going to shimmy the left shoulder underneath. And as I do this, I'm going to walk the foot in a little bit. And I'm going to hug this back of the left shin right into either the shoulder or the arm. And keep the hands planted down. Now if you can, start to walk the left toes forward. And squeeze your left thigh into the side of your right arm. And then point your toes, again, like you're pointing towards that $100 bill, bend both elbows. See if you can take your right knee off the ground, curl the back right toes, pull that right heel back. So pull your left toes in opposition of your right heel. When you're ready, press through the arms, reach that left leg back. Nice. Reposition the arms in your downward facing. Inhale the left leg. Exhale, find those little push-ups. So left knee comes in towards tricep, and then see if you can lower down a little bit. Inhale, press back. We're going to do a little bit more on this one. So left knee in towards left tricep, lower down. Inhale, pressing back. And this time, I want you to extend, bring that knee in, bend your elbow, and you can walk that right elbow in a little bit, extend the left leg out. Lean forward and try to, like crazy, squeeze your thighs apart from each other. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Pull the right toes back as you're pulling the left toes forward. Hold 3, 2, and 1. Right foot comes down. Push back, three-legged dog. Ah, good job. Nice. Bring your knee towards your nose, round your spine as much as you can, push up, and then bring that left foot forward. Find your high lunge. Inhale, arms come up. Shoulders press back. Lift the heart, lift the chest. Now work the arms out to the side. Shift that weight into the left leg, and then draw the shoulders back. I'm going to walk back a little bit. Reach the arms out, and think about shifting into that warrior three. So right leg starts to come up. Now make sure you find stability in this. Start to straighten out the left leg if it feels okay. And turn the right hip so it's facing down. Take the hands back behind you. Interlock your fingers, squeeze your shoulders. Lift your right leg a little higher, lift your chest a little higher. Find a spot to focus on. Keep reaching your right toes away from you. And when you're ready, bend your knee, plant that right leg back. Squeeze your chest forward, squeeze your thighs like crazy. Lift your heart, lift your chest, and pull your fist down. When you're ready, reach and extend the arms out. Open warrior two. Back leg comes out a little bit. Find some distance. Nice. Start to bring and extend that left arm up. Right hand grabs onto left wrist. Pull back, find that side body opening. Straighten out the left leg, triangle legs, and then bring your arms into this halo so your arms stay in line with your ears, but you stay into your triangle legs. So bring your right shoulder so it's right over your left. Maybe gaze up, hold here. 3, 2, fire up the legs. 1, inhale, coming back. Nice, bend into your knee, release your arms. Cartwheel forward, left arm down, right arm follows. Right knee comes down, inhale your arms, low lunge. Right elbow comes to the outside, so I'm gonna lift my ribs. And when I lift, I'm actually lifting the ribs kind of over the left leg as much as I can to find that twist. Thumbs might press towards the center, and try to press your back big toe down, and make sure all your toes are pressing down. Now maybe staying here. If you can, fire up your legs by curling your back right toes, pushing that right heel back and pulling your left knee forward. That's going to get your ribs up a little bit off your thigh. Keep squeezing. So I'm drawing that right hip slightly forward, left hip back, but you're going to feel the hips align right into the center. So if they're not, readjust your hips, then squeeze your insides. So keep squeezing, maybe keeping the thumbs towards your heart. Take your gaze up. When you're ready, we're going to bring that right elbow off. Reach yourself up, find that high lunge. Take the hands down. Lift the ribs around the back, bring the left heel in towards the bottom, and then up towards the sky, three-legged. Shift forward into your plank pose. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Chin towards chest, back into your downward facing. Nice job. All right, so we're gonna rise up on our toes, gaze between your thumbs, bend your knees, walk or jump forward towards the front of your mat. And then stay here for a moment, rise up on your toes, bend your knees, and keep sinking your tailbone down. So you can separate your knees a little bit, and let's find a crow pose. So hands are gonna come down, and try to get your knees up towards the tops of your triceps. And I'm gonna hop back a little bit so I stay in the frame. So here, press the hands down. And when I do this, I want you to think about squeezing the knees in and almost underneath the armpits. Lean forward and try to pull your chest forward. Draw your belly button in towards your spine. Lean some weight into your hands and stop yourself with your fingertips. Now pull your chest forward, pull your chin forward. Think about lengthening the back of your neck and pulling your shoulders away from your ears. Now, if this is comfortable, bring one leg up and bring the other leg up. Maybe the toes touch and start to straighten out the arms. Draw the belly in. So you're kind of coming into your crane pose by straightening the arms as much as you can. Staying here for 5 and 4. And if they're bent, that's okay. 3, 2, and 1. Bring the toes down. Oh, nice job. Shake out your wrist. Good work. All right, we're gonna start to lower down a little bit. Take the right leg up with you and just grab onto the back of the right leg. Bend your knee, open your hip so your right knee comes at a bend over towards the right side. Keep the left hip fixed down. When you're ready, right knee comes back up. Grab onto the back of the right thigh. And as you lift your ribs, push your lower back in. So you can take your left hand and cross over so the left tricep touches the outside of the right knee. And maybe reach that right arm back. Bring that right arm so it touches the hand. And then exhale, open it up. Inhale, touch the hand, crunching up. Exhale, reaching back one more time. Inhale, crunching up. And then exhale, pressing the lower back down so you can lift the left leg. Bring the hands in prayer. Staying here for 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring yourself back to the center. Grab onto the right knee. Left knee comes in, right leg comes down. Exhale, bring that left leg out over towards the left side and try to push the right hip down, keeping some of your low tailbone down as well. And just start to see how this feels in your body. Your hips are opening a little bit more. On your inhale, left knee comes up, straighten out the left leg. Grab onto the back of the left thigh so my leg is never totally straight. Now, as I inhale the shoulders, I'm going to exhale, push the lower back down, and try to plant the right heel down. This time, that right elbow is going to come to the outside, so we're working the twist of the body. Reach the right arm out. Left arm just reaches away from me. It's not as important. When you're ready, bring those arms back together and take it back out. So, I'm going to inhale, lift. Exhale, push the lower back down. 2 more. Inhale, bring them in. Exhale, try to keep that left knee pushing out. Last one. Inhale and exhale. And start to bring the shoulders up a little bit, push down. Let's reach those arms forward. Let's hold here for 5 and 4, 3 and 2 and 1. Lower down. Grab onto the left knee and then pull the right knee in. And pull the left, and pull the right, and pull the left. And just start to working it in. Now, if you can, bring the shoulders up, but don't move the upper body. Press the lower body in. So the lower body, the bottom, the ribs, the back, everything is ground to my mat. My legs are moving, my shoulders are not. So try to stabilize the shoulders. Squeeze the inner thighs. Find 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull the knees in, lifting up. So you can release the hands and curl the forehead towards the knees. Find 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold here. Lift the legs. Find 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down, reach the arms back. Nice. Slowly start to lower the legs. Inhale, come up. So if you notice your lower back is lifting, that's your stopping point. If you want to take your arms out a little bit more, you can. But again, this lower back is not going to lift. This is a little bit more challenging. Press your lower back down and hover your legs where you need to. When your back lifts, that's where you want to stop. So going slow, exhaling down. Inhale, pressing up. Exhaling down. Inhale, pressing up. Notice that lower back's down. Exhaling down. Inhale, hands are not on the ground. They're slightly elevated. Exhaling down. Inhale, 2 more. So exhaling down. Inhale, last one. Exhaling down, hold here, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, coming up. Nice, grab on your knees. Take your feet up towards the ceiling. Find a gentle cloud pose if it's in your practice. Hands might come towards the bottom and just start to lengthen your neck. Glide your head towards the edge of your mat as you extend your hands back. So hands might hold the back. Legs might stay parallel. Draw your navel in. I'm going to bring my hands together, press my arms down. Rise up on your shoulders. So we did a lot with the shoulders, and this is stretching the shoulders. Press the belly in, extend so the big toes touch. Now, if you can, start to lower the legs, but shift the knees away from the forehead. So I'm trying to not have the knees right over my forehead or my eyes, but if I can, lift my hips up a little bit higher and try to extend while lengthening my neck. So think about keep pulling the crown of the head towards the back, and you're pulling the fist in opposition. Draw the belly in, staying here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. When you release, lower down and bring your knees as close in towards your body as you can, as though your legs are skimming your face. Nice. Bringing the legs down. Find a gentle bridge or a back bend, Yogi's choice. On your inhale, peel yourself up. Shoulder blades are going to come a little closer together. If you're going to take that back bend with me, take your hands down, palms face towards the back of your mat. Arms are just a little wider than your shoulders. Press to the crown of your head first, and then inhale, press through. Maybe straightening the arms, but think about wrapping the shoulders back just a little bit. Now the heels are facing towards my bottom, and my toes are facing forward towards the front. So I'm not facing the toes out. That puts a lot of strain on the inside in the lower back. So squeeze your thighs, maybe not straightening the legs. If you can, pull your shins forward and lengthen your back a little bit. Maybe your gaze changes. Maybe rising up onto the toes, even walking the toes in a little bit more. Lift the heart and then bring those heels down. So I'm deepening my pose, but again, my thighs are still close together. They're hip distance apart. My knees are facing towards the short edge of my mat, not the corners. And press through the arms. When you're ready, lower down. If you want to rise up under the toes again, as you lower, that always releases pressure in the lower back. Bring the back down, bring the hands down. Now I want you to take a moment, rebound. One hand on your heart, other hand on that hand or the belly. And just start to listen to your breath. And allowing yourself these quiet moments to tap in, to be kind of aware of what's going on in the body. Some of these poses will generate a lot of energy, a lot of emotion. And it's important for us to keep tapping in and tuning on to our inner being, not getting so caught up in the thoughts of what I think I have to do, but meeting myself where I am today. When you're ready, just grab onto your knees and do any pose that you need to feel comfortable before you come into your Shavasana. So we did a lot of twisting today. If you need to give yourself another twist, you can. When you're ready, just extend your legs out and come into your Shavasana. Allow for a softness in the back, a softness in the body, and just take your breath back to its normal rhythmic pace. And maybe go back to your thoughts about your intent and see, did you meet your expectations? Maybe it was to just try a few things. Maybe it was to do something new that you've never done before. And the trying and the playing inside the pose is really the most important thing. sometimes the accomplishment, the picture is really short-lived. You know, it's the effort, the joy of trying and getting a little better every time I do something. And we forget that life is about the journeys, and the journey doesn't have to be perfect. Sometimes the imperfect journey is the one we look back at with the most joy and laughter and fun. And so allowing your practice to just be a joy for your life, not another struggle or stress. If it is a stress, if it is another area that we have to be perfect, maybe finding where you can relax just a little bit and giving yourself an okay to not be perfect. Thank you so much for practicing and playing with me today. Namaste.